Hello, friends. Welcome to another daily vlog. I am Jess, mom of three. Almost said husband, no, wife. I'm tired, I guess. I don't know. Welcome to the vlog. Welcome to another day in my life. If you are new, I am vlogging for the foreseeable future every single day on my channel. I would love to have you join our little channel over here, and if you want to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, that would mean a lot to me. We are having a good day. We're doing great. It snowed a tiny bit last night. There's a little bit of snow on the ground, but the sun is out. Even though it's like 20 degrees right now in the sun is out, and it's a beautiful day. I got up this morning. I just put my hair in like a bun, and I'm drinking my coffee. Got a little bit ready this morning. My hoodie, my favorite hoodie that I wear in so many videos, it is like getting worn out, and it has a big toothpaste stain on it. I don't even care. Like, I'm still going to wear it because it's so comfortable and nobody cares. Like, nobody will notice, right? Hopefully nobody will notice. So I got out this morning about like 45 minutes ago to come over here to Walmart to walk because it is way too cold. Like, I used to walk in the cold a lot, but here in the last few months, I'm just kind of getting tired of it. So I've been going over to Walmart to walk, which I know sounds weird, but it's like, we don't have a mall. We don't have a big shopping center. Walmart's like the biggest place I can go to walk inside. And it's pretty empty during the day here, and nobody minds. I don't think nobody said anything to me. So I come over here to walk, but I've been sitting in the car talking to my mom on the phone, and now I'm finally going to go in. So we're just kind of catching up. I usually talk to my mom every single morning. We're really close, so it's really great. David and Mark are at home. Big kids are at school. Today is Friday. Yay. So we're excited for Friday. I'm going to make homemade pizzas for dinner. I think I'm going to try to make 2-ingredient dough. I found this recipe to make like deep dish, like in a cast iron skillet. And it looks really good. So I think I'm going to make that for dinner tonight. That sounds super good. And then I had thought about baking some chocolate chip cookies as a little treat for the kids, and for us tonight too. So that's my plan. I also would like to like organize our closet. I don't know if that's going to happen today because it's already 10:30 and I'm going to go walk for an hour before I go home. So by the time I get home, it's going to be almost noon, and then the kids will be home a little bit after that, but we'll see. We'll see what all I get done today. I hope you guys are having a great day. The flags are at half mast. I wonder why they are. Did I miss something? Let's see. It's January 27th. Huh, I don't know why. I have to Google why the flags are at half mast. Anyway, I'm going to go into Walmart. I'm going to put my podcast in, my Crime Weekly podcast, and I'm going to walk. I'm still listening to the Michael Peterson, Kathleen Peterson case from that. I'm sure you guys have seen on Netflix this. If you're into true crime, I'm sure you've seen The Staircase on Netflix. It's really, I really enjoyed that documentary. But Crime Weekly is also going through the case, and it's been really good. So I'm going to go in here and walk, listen to that. And then I'm going to run into Kroger because I just like to check there occasionally for deals, and I'm right next door. A lot of times they'll have markdowns. David needs creamer. I should have bought him creamer yesterday when I was at the store and I didn't, so I may pick him up some creamer. Other than that, I think we're pretty set for the weekend. Tonight I'm making pizzas. Tomorrow I'm going to do like a like a pasta dish, probably on the stove. And do like I have some sausage. I'm going to do like sausage and pasta sauce and noodles. I even have some of that. Instead of like just straight up pasta sauce, I have the pink vodka sauce. So I think I'm going to use that, and that'll be really good. That sounds super good. So we're really good for meals. I've kind of got a meal plan for the weekend. I'm not sure what we're all going to do today, but you guys come hang out with me. The first thing I'm going to do is run in here, walk around, get my steps in. I feel really tired. I did not sleep that great last night. I've had a hard time sleeping. If you didn't hear, I don't like talking about it over and over and over again because I feel like if you have heard, it gets old. But my husband lost his job last week. This time last week, it was really, really fresh. And I was in a really bad place just trying to process all of it. I'm feeling a lot more positive about it right now. I mean, we're still sad about it, but I just know without a shadow of a doubt that God's got something even better for us. And so it's really easy to kind of get excited about that. And I'm feeling a lot more peace about it. So that's why he's home with Mark. The good news is when he's home right now, I keep getting these spam texts. It's Kimberly from Walmart again. You didn't claim your $500 gift card. Claim by Monday. Yeah, that's a complete scam. Stop texting me. It would be awesome if that really was true and I got a $500 gift card, but no, that's not true. That's a spammer. You can tell like by the address of it. Anyway, what was I saying? It's really been nice to have David home more. We've got to spend a lot of time together, and then he's home with Mark if I want to go walk in the morning, because I was having to walk a lot in the evening and Walmart's a lot more crowded. I just like getting the exercise in earlier in the day. So I'm going to go into here, walk around for a while, and I'll see you guys back at home. All right, you guys, I walked for close to an hour in there. I did some fun new things in Walmart to kind of pass the time as I was listening to my podcast and enjoying that. I changed kind of the way I was walking, and then I got really interested in just watching people and watching them shop. I am one of those people that loves people watching, and I like to like see what they're, like, I don't like stare at them or anything, but just in passing, like see what's in their buggy and like imagine, I wonder what they're going to do with all that stuff. My favorite lady today that I saw, she had a buggy full of those Fruit Smiles gummies that my kids, I love them too. They're so good. She had a bunch of the green pack, which are like the sour, tangy ones or whatever. And she had 4 or 5 huge boxes of those. And then she had a ton of the Arby's horsey sauce, which I thought was weird, like a bunch of them. So I was trying to imagine, I wonder, so what do you guys think? The story I came up with in my mind was she's some sort of teacher, and that's what the gummies are for. They're like for prizes, because there are more than just, I feel like a mom would buy. So she's buying them for children to give away. That's kind of what I thought. And then I imagine with the horsey sauce, she's one of these people that loves Arby's horsey sauce. I don't like it. I love the Arby's sauce, but not the horsey sauce. It's very like strong horseradish taste. But she's one of these people that love horsey sauce. And so she just discovered that they're selling it because it's pretty new, at least at our Walmart. It's pretty new. So she saw it in the store and thought, I am going to stock up so I will always have horsey sauce. No matter if they take this off the shelves, I will have it. And she bought like 10 bottles. That's my backstory. So I have fun doing that. Maybe I can tell you guys a fun story every time I walk in Walmart. I'll find like the most interesting thing and try to make up a story for it. And then another thing I did, I had to get a couple of things for the house. And so once I got done walking, I got to about 7,000 steps. I started out with less than 2,000. So I did quite a few steps in there. Once I got to 7,000, for every single item I needed, I walked all the way around the store and got one item. Then walked all the way around the store, got the next item. And I just kept doing that. So that added a little bit of steps to me. So I'll show you guys what I got when I get home. I'm still going to run into Kroger. It's kind of late now for markdowns. Usually I find between 9 and 10 o'clock the best at my store. But you never know. I also, while I was in there, David said, hey, we really need some more sandwich stuff. If you can get some like lunch meat and some cheese. And so I walked over there and I was looking at the price and I thought, this seems kind of high, which everything seems high now. So I got my phone out and I looked up the price at Kroger. And Kroger's American cheese and lunch meat are way cheaper, like a good bit cheaper. So since I'm going over there to Kroger anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get lunch meat, cheese, and then just see if there's any markdowns. So that's my exciting morning. I'll see you guys back at home. Okay, you guys, so I just picked up a few things. This stuff I got at Walmart. I've been waiting for these to come back into stock. My kids love these little mini muffins. I have tried making them homemade. Lucy likes them homemade. Mark will not touch them. So hopefully in the future he will. But for right now, these are the cheapest way I can buy them. I know Sam's has them a really good price. So if we ever get back to Sam's, maybe I can get some more there. But in my town, these are the cheapest I could find. $5 for this box of 10. Go take that to Daddy. Go take it to Daddy. $5 for this box of 10. They've been out of stock for a while, but they finally had some. I took my last ibuprofen yesterday, and so I saw it and I thought, oh yeah, I need to get that. Lucy's dentist recommended that she use this anti-cavity mouthwash every night, and she is like on her last, like she has like that much left. So I told her I would get some the next time I was at Walmart. So I got some. And then I told y'all David was out of creamer almost. So I got him this Italian sweet cream. Then I went over to Kroger. I meant to buy these yesterday. They have grapes on sale for $1.49 a pound, and they look really good. Have you guys seen that TikTok where you take grapes, which I think this would be good to make that grape salad from Chicken Salad Chick. But the TikTok is where they take grapes and they coat them in like melted Jolly Ranchers and make these like cracky grapes. That sounds weird, but crunchy, like cracked on candy. I don't know. They look really good. I don't have Jolly Ranchers, but it just reminded me of it when I saw these big, nice looking green grapes. So I just got a small bag, but we love grapes, so that's a good treat. And then I got David's, he asked for the rotisserie seasoned chicken breast, so I got that. And then I also got some American cheese. So really small little haul, but that's what we needed. So I'm going to put all this stuff away and get another cup of coffee. I have this coffee cup, and I have this coffee cup, and I have started putting my coffee in here in the morning, and I don't have to heat it up because it stays warm for hours. It's a Polar Camel brand, and it just has a local coffee shop logo on it, but it works so well. Like, my coffee was still warm after being in the cold car for over an hour while I was at Walmart. It's still hot, which is crazy. So I finished it, and I'm going to get a little bit more. All right, you guys, so I'm getting ready to bake some chocolate chip, or actually, I'm just going to mix up the chocolate chip cookie dough, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge, and then tonight we'll have fresh, warm cookies. It's like the only way to do it. And what I also like to do is, like, I'll bake this big recipe, and then I'll, like, at least half it, and I'll keep some in the freezer, and then the next time we want cookies, I don't have to go through this. This is how I like to bake, and I don't know if I've ever shown y'all this, but I feel like the most mess-free, because I'm all about not having messes. What I do is I try to measure out my ingredients, get them ready to go, and then kind of clean as I go. I like to weigh everything, and the recipe I follow, I'll link it down below, but she gives weights like for the flour and all that, so you don't dirty measuring cups and all of that. And then I'll just hand wash these bowls, and really I'll have no mess. So I did not have any brown sugar, but I remembered seeing a hack where you could make your own brown sugar by combining like a teaspoon of molasses per cup of regular sugar. And you like just kind of mix it together like with your fingers to kind of separate all that molasses through. It worked totally great. It smells and looks like brown sugar. So this is a cup of brown sugar and a cup of brown sugar, a half cup of regular sugar. And then I'm going to take 1 egg and 1 egg yolk and cream it together with the butter. This is a stick and a half of melted butter, cooled slightly. So I'm just letting it sit here and kind of cool. And then once we get that together, flour, it's like 2 1/8 cup or something. I just measured it by weight. I have my this is actually like a mailing scale, but I love it. It works so well. And then once I add the flour, I'll add the chocolate chips. I do a little bit less chocolate chips because I feel like you don't need as much as she says. I did it said 340 grams or something. I did like 275, but you totally could add. I do a mixture of milk chocolate and semi-sweet. So you get kind of a mixture of both. So yum. I love chocolate chips. So I'm going to mix this up and then roll it in some plastic wrap and just let it sit in the fridge. And we will have homemade cookies with our pizza. Friday night, pizza night, chocolate chip cookies. I mean, that sounds pretty great to me. So this is just what I'm doing. I've got my podcast. Actually, it's a YouTube video. I really like the channel 10 to Life. And she's got a big following, but I just have found her and I'm watching or listening to her and making up some cookie dough. Yay. So I thought I'd show you guys my process. And then I also really like mixing up the dough because then you can kind of clean up from everything. And then when you go to bake it, you don't have a whole mess. I hate messes in my kitchen. I hate like when you're baking cookies and you got bowls all over the place and flour all over the place and it's just a mess that stresses me out. So I like to do it in little steps. And I know I have a couple of bowls to wash, but anyway, I like doing it like this so I can mix it all up really quickly. All right, you guys. So I got my 2 like cookie dough balls, I guess, logs. I'm going to put one in the fridge, and then this one I'm going to put in the freezer, and I just labeled it so I know what it is. My marker, it was about dying, but I could still read it. So that was pretty easy. I got everything cleaned up, and we will have yummy cookies tonight. All right, you guys, my favorite 5th grade boy is home. He's playing a letter video. So let me show you what, of course, he ate every single bite of that.
and he drank all of his milk. So I just gave him a snack. He's eating some Cheez-Its, and he's just unwinding. They said he had a great day. He had some fun Friday activities. It said with peers and staff, which is awesome. I'm glad he had a good day. I'm going to wash this, and we'll wait on Lucy to get home. Okay, guys, so Nate's playing now a musical instrument breakdown or something. Anyway, I'm going to make an Americano. I'm still fasting, so I can have Americanos, though. It's just I just do a single shot of espresso topped off with hot water, and it kind of tastes like a smoother black coffee is how it tastes to me. I'm still loving my espresso machine. I love it so much, so it just makes the most perfect. And look at that. I'm right in the blue zone, which is what you want. I've got this thing down, y'all. I love, this is like one of my favorite things in my whole house. And it makes like this really creamy, it's still dripping a little bit, this really creamy crema on top. And my mother-in-law got me this cutest little cup for Christmas. It says, "Let it snow." Y'all know how much we love snow. And it has like really pretty gray with the white trees. Don't look at this thing too closely though, because I really need to clean it. But anyway, yum. I'm going to top this off with hot water and sit down for a little bit. You guys, where do you think Layla's hanging out on this cold day? There's one little spot that's sunny. She is sitting right in there. Do you want me to bring your bed over there? Do you want me to bring your bed over so you could sit in the sun? Julia, she looks so tired. There's just one little section that she's hanging out in. Bless her heart. It's cold here, huh? Yeah. Okay, I brought her a blanket over here, but she's still just staring at me. I think what she really wants me to do is sit down and hold her. You're worse than a newborn baby, Layla. Mommy's trying to get some work done. Look at that face. I'm so annoyed, you guys. Oh my gosh, I just spent like 10 minutes talking to y'all, telling you all kinds of things, and then my camera said memory card error and just went off, and all of that was lost. So this thing is officially done. This is what they start doing. And now when I try to like put it in my camera and turn it on, it's just saying error. So I'm hoping I can get the footage off today. Like, these things just do not last very long. I found an old memory card, which I'm hoping works long enough for me to finish this vlog, and I'm gonna have to get another card. So annoying because it was good. I was telling y'all all kinds of things. Today's been really a good day. I'm gonna try to remember everything I told y'all. Today's been a really good day. I feel like when you go through hard times, they can either bring you closer together, you know, with your husband and your family and your support system. They can bring you closer together, or you can isolate and push people away. David and I do a really good job of just coming close together and banding together when things are chaotic. And I've really enjoyed having him home and spending more time with him. And I'm so thankful for my husband and all that he does and how hard he's working during this season to keep himself open to what God has next. And I've just tried to support him in every way I can. But during the season, you know, I've been praying, God, I just need to know that you see me. One of my favorite stories in the Bible, there's a couple of people I feel really sorry for in the Bible, which I'm not saying they're perfect people. They're not. The Bible shows that they are not always perfect. But one of them is Leah, Rebecca and Leah. You know, they were sisters, but they married the same man. Leah, very trickly by her dad, was, you know, and she wasn't loved in her marriage. Jacob. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm losing whatever. It's 8 o'clock. My brain is ticking down. So Jacob did not love Leah. I hope one day I can meet Leah and maybe she can tell me, you know, we grew to love each other. But anyways, I don't think so. Because he just loved Rebecca, and Leah was kind of on the back burner. She was very unloved. And, you know, I always thought if I had a daughter, I'd love to name her Leah, because, you know, God did see Leah, and even though she wasn't perfect, he blessed her with children. And anyway, the other person in the Bible I feel sorry for is Hagar. So Hagar was Abraham and Sarah's
servant girl. And when they couldn't have a baby, Sarah couldn't have a baby, she gave Hagar to Abraham to have a son with or to have a child with. And so they could have their lineage or whatever. And this poor, like, I can only imagine being like in Hagar's situation. Of course, we don't know really a lot about her, but she had a baby and Sarah was really mean to her. The Bible says that Hagar was kind of gave it back at her. This is my paraphrase, but in the end of it, Sarah sent her out into the wilderness with her baby to pretty much just wander around and die. And God met her in that wilderness and he provided for her. You know, Ishmael has a huge lineage, and God saw Hagar and she said, I have seen the God who sees me, which is El Roi, is in Hebrew what it means, the God who sees me. And that verse, it's Genesis 16:13. And it means that verse just means a lot to me because I constantly want to know, God, do you see me? Do you see what I'm going through? Do you see how unfair this feels? Do you see all the struggle I have? And God just met us in a really tangible way today. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but used a friend, you know who you are, to just bless us and just show us that he has us in his hands. And it was just it's just been a really peaceful day. And so it's been a really good day, and I needed a good day. We've had, over the last week, I've had a lot of down days. I've had a couple of okay days, but today is the first day it's been truly good, and I just feel really blessed. Okay, moving on to dinner. I'll link the recipe down below. I made 2-ingredient dough pizzas. It took me forever because I made each of us an individual one. The kids have some left over because it was a really big individual pizza, but I made it inside of a cast iron skillet. Oh my gosh. If you don't know what 2-ingredient dough is, it's basically just non-fat Greek yogurt mixed with flour, and it makes a delicious dough you can use for biscuits and bagels and all kinds of stuff. If you look up 2-ingredient dough, you can find all kinds of stuff. But this recipe, you just put a little bit of oil into a cast iron skillet, get it really hot, and then you make your pizza in there, and the crust gets super crispy. I'm talking like Pizza Hut pan pizza style crispy, and that's like my favorite type of pizza is pan pizza. This was so good. Like, I feel like when I make homemade pizza now, I can't not make this. And then my friend Sarah gave me the idea. She was making pizza today too, and we were talking about pizza, to stuff the crust with a string cheese. And so I ripped up the string cheese into like 4 or 5 pieces and stuffed the crust with that. You guys, it was so good. It was delicious. And for the sauce, because I ran out of pizza sauce, because I used it on the kids' pizza and I ran out of sauce. So I came in here we have tons of pasta sauce, and I got one of those spicy pasta sauces I had bought. It wasn't real spicy. It just had a little bit of a kick to it. And I used that and then heated up a little extra to dip that crust in. It was so good. It was so filling with all that protein in the Greek yogurt. I just made a cheese one. David, I made him a pepperoni. And then we ate that. David got to FaceTime his mom and dad and kind of fill them in on the last couple of days, fill in them. Can't even talk today. I'm tired, y'all. I did not sleep well last night. I'm hoping and praying for a really good, peaceful sleep tonight for all of us. And then we made our homemade chocolate chip cookies. I made them really soft baked, underdone. That's how I like them, really doughy and gooey. I had 2 of those. They were so good. And I made them pretty big too. And then Lucy she wanted to like decorate hers. I'm like, they're chocolate chip cookies, but we had some icing. So she decorated with one with icing and some sprinkles. She had so much fun doing that. And I was just thinking today, like, I fasted 23 and a half hours. Broke my fast, had that big pizza and some cookies. And I can't stop thinking about how much I love intermittent fasting and OMAD because of that. Now, do I eat like that every single day? Like, I didn't have one veggie or fruit today, but that's okay because I fasted. I was burning fuel all during that fast. I feel so good, and I can have the treat days and it doesn't derail my progress. And I feel good still. I don't feel like, oh, I've eaten all day and I feel terrible. And I think back to all those times that I was dieting. And when I'm dieting, I mean counting every calorie, doing keto, doing Optavia, and eating the shakes and the protein bars. And all of those years, I mean, literally decades of my life, and I just get so mad because all of those times when I would count every calorie and all day I would just think about like how much food I could have, and I was really restricted, and then I would binge, and once I binged all the food that I had been restricting for months, I would feel like I'd failed, and I would feel like a complete failure, and what is wrong with you? You can't even stick to anything. And honestly, you guys, I just felt hopeless. And I get so mad now to think like I blame myself, and it wasn't me. It was diet industry. The diet industry is billions of dollars a year. They're in it to make money, and the research shows that diets don't work. Like 99% of diets fail. And the ones that research shows that the ones that actually are successful, a lot of times like 90% of those people end up with an eating disorder. And I totally believe it because I was one of those people that constantly tried the next thing and the next thing and next thing and obsessed and all that. I got a comment today that said, I'm surprised you don't do keto while you're doing OMAD because you could lose weight faster. You could have all this autophagy. I will never do keto with OMAD. No. Why? Because that for me is not sustainable. Now, some people do great on keto. My dad eats keto. I don't have anything against it, except it's not sustainable for me. I cannot do that. That would not work for me. I have to do something that I can live with, and cutting out food groups, I can't do that. And I know that about myself. And I think a lot of people are that way. I have lived 36 years. Is that how old I am now? And I've struggled with this my whole life, you guys. And I truly feel like God is healing me, and he's using fasting, something I've read about. Of course, like spiritual fast and doing this for weight loss and health and stuff is different. But I also think that it can be one and the same. The Bible says to fast. And, something that I've struggled with for so long, for it to be fasting that has led me out of this tunnel is just, I would have never, ever, 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 ever thought, oh, just go 23 and a half hours without food and you'll feel great. Ever. Like diet culture tells you you're supposed to eat every 5 minutes or whatever, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. That just made me feel hungry all day long. And what's crazy is I feel so much less hungry just not eating. Explain that much, but I just feel so good. And the proof is in the pudding. Like, I'm losing weight, I'm healthy, I have so much energy, and I've done this for over a year now. I have never stuck with a diet that long. But it's because I don't restrict and I have fun days like today. And it's awesome. I could shout it from the rooftops because of being someone who struggled with it for so long. To finally be on the other side of it, truly, I could do this every single day of my life. Like, I feel so good. I don't miss food during the day. Honestly, I don't. Because I know at dinner I can have yummy food that I don't have to track or count. I get so many people asking me, how many calories do you eat? I don't know, and I don't care because counting calories turns me into a crazy person. Because what happens? If I were to count all those calories today, it would be too high or it's too low. Or for me, like, all the food kind of balances out. Some days you're going to be more hungry than others, And I listen to my body. Like, sometimes I barely eat anything and I'm full and I stop. And then some days I'm really, really hungry, but instead of saying, no, that's too many calories, I just eat till I'm satisfied. And it's just brought me so much freedom. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but I can't help it because, like I said, when you've struggled for so long and you've thought it was your fault and you were too weak and you were, this is something that has been life-changing for me. The fact that I don't every day struggle with food has been more than I could ever ask for. So anyway, it's now almost the kids' bedtime. I am going to edit this video, get it up, and then y'all, as soon as we get these kids to bed, they have been fighting all evening. See, our house is not all musical rainbows and la-di-da. It's real life. They've been fighting with each other all evening. I'm like, okay. So once they go to bed, I love them, but once they go to bed, I'm going to get a very long bubble bath and just relax. And I'm praying that we all get some really good sleep. Tonight's Friday night. We can sleep in a little bit and have a very relaxing weekend. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. I had a great day. I'm praying for you. God sees you too. He sees the circumstances you're in. Trust him. He is good. He is faithful. He has a plan for your life, not to harm you, but to have good things and to prosper you. And he is so faithful. Sometimes we don't see his plan because we're stuck in the middle of it, but he is faithful and he sees all the steps that you can't. He sees this huge picture of your life. And the Bible says he's working it out for our good. He's working a great plan out for your good. So I love you guys. If you like the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we